Hello, 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 everyone. Everyone in the Facebook world, everyone in the YouTube world. How is everyone today? Happy Sunday. And yes, surprise, surprise, surprise. I am live. Oh, got all kinds of stuff on there. First thing I'm going to do is say hi. And then I'm just going to wash this glass ball with a little bit of alcohol because I'm going to be using glass enamel paints. And so I'm just going to clean it off. Try not to get my grubby fingers all over it and get it nice and clean and set it aside to dry. So how is everyone today? Hello, hello. We're doing some clay pot ornaments. I don't have the other ones in here, darn. I took them into the other room because we did Friday, we did the wreath. Oh, and yesterday we did those really cool kits. And then I have some others that I've been working on already because I won't be live. I have to do the videos for you guys. But so I brought them all inside, but I don't have them. But I do have these. So these are 2 3.5-inch clay pots. And this is a little, no, these are 3-inch pots. This is a 2.5-inch pot, which it's weird how that's, but it goes by height. So anyway, 2.5 inches. And this one has some stuff in it. You'll see why. And then these. So we're going to do 3 different ones because I'm just going to show you how easy it is to make ornaments out of these little clay pots, whether you want to do them upright or upside down. So I'm going to turn you guys around. I'm eating a little licorice. I need a little snack or a little sugar in my belly. So I have a little licorice. Do you guys have Twizzlers? Do you have Twizzlers where you live? Let me know in the comments. I'll try not to be gross about it. People have different licorices, right? So Twizzlers is licorice, and people have different ones. Let me turn you guys around so I'm not eating my licorice. There we go. Okay, let me do this one first. So let me get my green paint. When I paint on glass, I use enamels. I'm eating my licorice while I try and talk. I'm putting out a little bit of this citron yellow and a little bit of this thicket. 2 really dark. I'm sure you can't see them, right? 2 really dark, 1 really dark green and a bright green paint. And I'm going to get one of my glass brushes because when you use enamel paints, you don't want to introduce water into the enamel paints. I can't find my glass brushes right now. So I'm just going to use a dry brush. Doesn't matter. You don't want to introduce water, so I need a nice clean brush to do it with. And I'm going to get my ornament, and I'm going to try and hold it gently, and I'm going to try not to make a mess. And I'm going to paint the whole thing with this green. And you will get to see soon what I'm going for. Now, it is important, A, that you don't have water in your brush when you're using these enamel paints. And B, that you don't go over what you've already painted because you will lift the paint. So it's basically like one and done. If you want to do a next coat, you have to do a next coat when it dries. So I'm just introducing a little bit of the dark paint here now, and I'm painting the entire outside. I'm going to get to the part where it gets closed up. And there we go. So I painted, I'm trying to hold on to it, this entire ornament. It's going to be, oh, you know, I can set it aside with this light green. This is where it's going to go. I can't show you, otherwise I'll give it away. And I'm going to set it aside to dry. Okay? And I'm going to wash my brush. And now we're going to start working on one of these other ones. So I'm going to get out. We're going to leave that one aside. And, oh, where's my chat? There it is. So, hello, Diane. How are you? Let me get a new brush. Was that the one I was just using? I don't know which one I was just using. And my rag. a little, oh, here it is. Okay, and this one, I'm going to base coat white, the whole thing. I guess I could have done this before, but how's your Sunday going? How's everybody's Sunday? Last night, we went to New York City. The good thing about it was not as cold as I thought it would be. So that was nice. We got to see my really good friend Serena and her boyfriend Pete. We went and had a really yummy dinner with them. I went to, which ended up, well, it was kind of cool, but it just wasn't what I expected. We hoofed it. We walked about a half a mile so we went into Grand Central Station, and that was on 47th, where we walked out onto the street, and we walked all the way up to 54th and down to like First Avenue. So that was quite a hike. Thank goodness it wasn't freezing cold. Otherwise, I would have been crying. Well, we wouldn't have went because, you know, I'm a big wuss in the cold. So I just need a second coat. We went to this Norwegian church fair, which I had seen advertised. I saw it on the Google. I saw it on the Instagram. It was in a church, so it was a church fair. They had really good stuff, and they were walking around with samples, and you could have gotten mulled wine when you walked in. We passed on that. And they were selling like some Norwegian delicacies and cookies, this crackle bread, which was really, really yummy. It was not as big and did not have as much stuff as I thought it would. So it ended up being a little bit of a bust, but that's okay. And then I looked up on the interweb about the tree because, you know, we're right there by Rockefeller. Well, you might not know, but we're right there. We think we're right there by Rockefeller Center, and we can go see the tree. And APHFM is, I don't think they like the tree till December. And I'm like, really? Let me look it up. So I looked it up, and lo and behold, I read that they lit it on November 8th. So I'm like, look, see, they lit it on November 8th. Anyway, apparently I can't read because they did not light it on November 8th. And we walked all the way there, and it was covered in scaffolding. Luckily, it was on the way, sorta on the way to where we were meeting Serena and Pete for dinner. We did take a slight detour, but anyway. So while this one dries, we're going to do this one. We didn't get to see the tree. The tree's covered in scaffolding. I read it wrong. It's not going to be, It's not going to be lit until December 3rd. So, oh well. Clearly, APHFM is not going to leave me in charge of reading and looking stuff on the internet anymore when we're hoofing it around New York City. Right? So, anyway, so we're waiting for this one to dry. Okay? We're waiting for this one to dry. And now we're going to paint this one. Maybe the round brush? Yeah, we had a little round brush. So, the first thing I want to do is get my brown paint and put a little door on here. And let's see how soon it's going to take you guys to figure out what I'm painting. Now, this is one of those ones where you can pretty much do whatever you see fit. Okay, I got to get over that lip. Actually, what I could do, I'm going to change my mind about that. Let me get this. Let me do this. It's not going to matter. Okay, I'm going to put my door here. I'm glad this isn't the ones where I told you to get your slides together and we'll get painting. I'll put my door here. Okay. Oh, hey, Mary Schultz. APHFM. That's funny. That is my nickname for my husband. I call him APHFM because he's the almost perfect husband for me. So he started out as perfect husband, but nobody's perfect, right? So now he has become the almost perfect husband for me. And he is awesome. And he just goes with the flow. And we went and met Serena and Pete for dinner last night. And we had fun and a lot of laughs. And they're off to their vacation today. And we went to the Norwegian church, which ended up being a bust. But, you know, these things happen. Oh, well. All right, so I'm painting the bottom of that white. I'll have to do a couple of coats where I put the door where I didn't want it. And I'm going to get my white paint. I'm going to add a few windows. So in case you haven't noticed, we're making a little gingerbread house out of this ornament. And then we're going to take it and we're going to add some cute little candy decorations and a hanger. And I'll show you what we're going to do with the others. So I put a couple of windows, and you can decorate the whole thing, up to you. I'm just putting a couple of windows. I did the door. I need a little. Okay. Let me get out a few colors. These, you guys, I found out these are my new favorite colors. It is Ceramcoat, which I've never used Ceramcoat paints. It's parsley. I should remember parsley. Parsley and watermelon. And they are adorable. Adorable. I'm going to get my white. And I'm just going to start. I'm going to paint in a couple of circles. They need to dry. One here needs to dry. And then they need little lollipop sticks. What color should I make my sticks? I don't want to do them brown. Brown's boring. And I use the burgundy. So a little stick. Little stick. Maybe I'll make another. Oh, I'll make this one a little pink. Up here. And now you can go around and you can decorate this as much. Again, I'm always as much or as little as you want. I tend to be a minimalist, but you can come around here and decorate these as much or as little as you want. I'm going to give these a little pink stick. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. And then I'm going to make, where's my pink? These little candies. These little peppermint candies. I'm just making little tiny lines into the center for both. Doing a little diagonal. Working my way in. Okay. Now I'm going to take some white. And on this one, I'm going to make a little bit of a swirl. And the same thing with this one. I'm going to make a little bit of a swirl. Get a little bit of yellow. I'm going to paint my windows. There we go. And again. How cute is this? I'm going to put little gumdrops around the door. A little bit darker there. And get some black and put a doorknob. Little window. See me concentrating? When I have to concentrate and paint little, I can't talk as much. And a little bit of decoration. And so this is a little bit of a gingerbread house. And I'm going to add a few more lollipops around the whole thing. One there, one back here. We can put little gumdrops if we want. And decorate it however we want with as much candy as we want. It would be really cute to put some, what do you call it? What can I think? Oh, I have glitter paint. I would use some glitter paint on here. You can put some candy kisses, whatever you want to do. And I'm just mixing and matching the colors, making it bright and cheery. So there's a green one. That's next to it, so I'm not going to do a green one there. I need to do a different color one. Maybe I'll do one of the pink ones. My pink paint. I like these ceramic coat paints. I've never used them before, but I like them. They're a little thick. They're thicker than Deco art, but there's not as thick as plaid folk art. And I like them a lot. I used them yesterday. I did a live, and I used them there. And then, you guys, if you haven't seen my YouTube video from yesterday, I did a YouTube collab. I'm going to put some, what are they called? Shutters? Shutters on this one. Yes, I did a YouTube collab. And I painted an actual vintage sled. And it came really good, you guys. So if you wanted to hop over on my YouTube channel, or maybe you're watching on my YouTube channel right now, it's a vintage sled. I don't know exactly how old it is. I got it as a gift. And it you know what? I believe it's from the 70s. So I'm just using my little liner brush and adding in some shutters. A little bit of an angle, straight line, and fill it in. Of course, on the bottom is snow, but I'm not done with that yet. I'm going to have to get up and grab my twine and a bead, I think. I don't have any more beads here. I thought I did. Okay. I'm going to use the back of my brush and do little dots on this one. And dots on, I keep turning it around like where I'm going, but it's a little tiny thing. They're right next to each other. Dots on that one. Then I'm going to outline this. Add little gumdrops. And you can use a Posca paint pen. I have mine over here. White, black, pink. If you'd rather do that, you can. And now I'm just going to take my white. First of all, I have to paint over this where I messed it up. But you guys are going to see how it covers now. You won't even know I messed it up. Well, you will because I told you. But it's such good coverage, you won't even see it. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make waves. So the snow is a little uneven around the whole bottom next to the house. And then all the lollipops are just in the snow. And I'm just making it a little bumpy, a little snow drifty. I put the sticks in first for my lollipops. And I'm just painting it in. Then I would take this and I would clear coat it. Once it dries, it has to be fully dry, 24 hours. You can use Mod Podge. You can use a spray Rust-Oleum. You can use a spray Krylon. Whatever you want. And clear coat it. And then it'll be nice and shiny. I'm going to add a little bit of highlight to these. It's candy, but it could be lights. And we can even do the same thing around the top. We can make the top look snowy, painting it really unevenly. Or we can make the top look like candy. Totally up. Oh, just hit it with my nail. Oh, nails on a chalkboard. And there we go. How stinking cute is that? I'm going to show you. We need to let it dry first. So I'm going to put it aside to dry. Is this one dry? I hate to touch it. Yes. Okay. Let's come back to this guy now. Since I'm using the same brush, but I want it to be really, really dry. I guess I can, you know what I'm going to do now? So I don't have to hold it. I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to put my glue inside here. You can put anything in your pot to hold your ornament. It's totally up to you. This way, I can just hold the pot and do what I want. So I'm just going to get now some of this thicket. And I'm going to start putting in some lines. Steady hand if you need to do it in more than one swoop. Go right ahead. That's fine. I'm spacing them out. And you're going to see what I'm painting in a second. We leave the hook up so we can hang it from there if we want. Hey, Deb. How are you? Nice to see you, my friend. Okay. I need a little bit of black. And I'm just going to use, because this paint is now going on the glass paint, it's okay that I use the Decor paint. I mean, it's really okay. This is Decor multi-surface. You could use it anyway on the glass, and it's an ornament, so we don't really have to worry about it. But I'm better with, I like to have enamel paint on the glass. I need to put my pinky somewhere. And then, if so be it, if I can have to use now then the acrylic paint over the enamel paint. Okay, We got some little eyes there. I'm going to get the back of my brush. I'm going to put little cheeks. How stinking cute is she, right? How stinking cute. I'm going to get my brush again. And I'm going to put a little bit of a mouth. I love this idea. T-shirts have building. Thank you. Wait till you see tomorrow's. Tomorrow's a video. It won't be live, but wait till you see tomorrow. Okay, so in case you still don't know what I'm painting, maybe you'll figure it out now. All these little needles, all these little pricks around the whole entire thing. I'm just going to fill it in. Little tiny clumps of 3. Not too many. I want my cute face. I'm using really light pressure. And I'm going to go all around. And how stinking cute is this ornament now? Depending on the shape of your ball or your ornament, you can make a whole different variety of these little tiny succulent ornaments. And I'm just adding in tiny, tiny dashes with the, oh, messed that one up. Don't care. With the needles on my cactus or succulent. If your needles start to get a little bit fat, wipe off your brush. You don't have to go into the water, but wipe off your brush and go back to the paint. Sometimes the paint builds up in the middle and your lines start to get a little flat, or fat rather. So just wipe it off. If you're staying with the same color, you don't have to go into the water, and then just go back. And how cute. Isn't that cute? And then we can come in, if you want, totally up to you, and do a little decoration around the pot. Again, totally up to you. You can leave the pot plain. You can make it fancy. None of these are perfect, and that's okay. I would suggest not doing what I did and starting in the middle, in the front, because if your triangles don't line up, then you'll be sorry. And actually, I've had these clay pots left over from other projects. There are so many things in our homes that we can use to make ornaments. They don't have to be round. They don't have to be uniform. Isn't this color gorgeous? This is that Ceram Coat new paint color that I was turned on to by a friend on YouTube. It's Ceram Coat Watermelon. Isn't it so pretty? I'm not going to use the green because I feel like my succulent, my bulb on top, has enough green. So I'm just going to use the pink and the white. And then I think I might take it. That's a little too much paint on my brush. I'm going to take some of this pink and make a couple of little flowers. A couple of little of these succulent flowers around. Just 3 little lines, little fat lines. And they're these little buds that grow on some cactus. And there we have it. Isn't that so adorable? So adorable. So we have our succulent in the pot. And this is the hanger. I'll have to straighten it out a little bit. There we go. Straighten it out. So we have our little succulent in the pot. Then we have our gingerbread house. I got to get a ball for that. I'm going to show you how we're going to hang these two. I'm going to get some twine. Where's my scissors? Oh, there they are. I'm going to get some twine. All right. I'm going to put the twine through my bead. Oops, didn't work. Get some twine. Put my twine through my bead. All right. I'm going to put a big knot on the bottom. Okay. And that is holding on the bead. We have that knot there. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to stick it through the hole. Let me see. I can't really see. Let me use my brush. I'm going to stick the string, if I can. Well, you know what would work? Tweezers would work. Tweezers would definitely work if I had some tweezers. There we go. Sticking the string through the hole. Come on. I didn't realize this is going to be the hardest part of the whole thing. So watch Teresa struggle trying to put a little string through the hole. There we go. Voila! How crazy. And there we have it. I'm going to spray coat this with a clear spray coat. But isn't that the cutest thing? And now we're going to paint this one. So cute. And you can make it, like I said, as detailed. You know what we need because it fell? I'm going to take this now and I'm going to put another knot on the top. Got to make sure it goes as close to the clay pot as possible. Work it all the way down. Okay. And now we have our knot. I would probably put a little hot glue on here. There we go. So my string doesn't fall back through the hole. There we go. So there's that one. And now, last but not least, this white one is dry. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this guy. I'm going to get my pink. Might need a little bit more. Oh, in case you guys haven't seen, blah, blah, blah. What did I get on there? Serena and I are running a special in our Junk Journal HIve for Black Friday. So So ordinarily the membership in the Junk Journal HIve is $14.95 a month. However, we're doing a Black Friday special right now for $97 for the year. And not only is it $97 for the year, you're getting all of October and November's content and printables, which is basically everything that we have created for the holiday. That is 8 bonus videos and almost the same in digital downloads. So if you are interested, I dropped the link in the discussion, and it's a really good deal if you want to join us and me and see what we're creating every month in our Junk Journal HIve membership. I know, isn't that great, Deb? I don't know what I put my finger in up here and got that black, but it doesn't matter. We'll make that the back for now until I can fix it. Okay. So I painted the band. I'm going to put some rosy cheeks. And I'm just stamping my brush to do this. I don't want them too dark. Okay. I wash my brush. I'm going to get my black paint. I'm going to put my smile in. Okay. And then I have some orange over here, so I'm just going to need to loosen it up a little bit. And when I say I'm loosening it up, I added a tad bit of white paint. All right. I'm going to lay my brush down with a lot of pressure on it. And then I'm going to swoop it up. And as I swoop it, I'm lifting up to a point to make my carrot nose. I have my carrot nose. And now I'm going to get the back of my brush again. And I'm going to do 1 and 2 little snowman eyes. And I just did a little tiny snowman face. Let me see if I have pom-poms. I meant to look in my thing before. Nope, these are all flat. No pom-poms. Let me see if I can find something 3D though. These are too big. Let's see. Oh, these could work if I have 2 hearts. Those could work. Let me see. Here's a purple one. What do we have? Here's another purple. There we go. Oh, was purple going to match? I'd rather have 2 green. Really, beggars can't be choosers at this point, right? What's this one? Green. I'm going to use the green. I don't like the purple. The green will work. The purple will not. You can use pom-poms. You can use cotton balls. I'm just going to take these and I'm going to put them on the sides for little earmuffs. There's 1. And there's 2. And again, there is our cute little snowman. I'm not going to play with this a little bit because I want it to dry before I start putting in the hanger and the bead and stuff. But there are our 3 ornaments for today. I'm going to move my stuff out of the way. Take a little piece of licorice. And I'll turn you guys around. So I have to add the hanger to this one. Isn't that cute? So simple. Great idea for kids. Already, excuse me, put the hanger on this one. Our little gingerbread house. And then this one could get a hanger or a hook, whatever. And it's our little succulent pot. Isn't that cute? So cute. So cute. So, thank you for joining me. Happy Sunday, everyone. Tomorrow, I will be back with the recording. I think I'm just going to schedule it for 10 a.m. So if you're interested in catching that right away, I will upload all of this to the page with the supply list. And we're good to go. Thanks, guys.